Hi guys, and welcome back to Desiree's Teen Finances. So today I'm going to be talking about taxes on stocks. So investing in stocks can be a great way to build wealth and financial security, but it's also important to understand how taxes work on stocks and how they could affect your tax bill. So you know the bill that you get every month or 2 weeks when you get paid from your job. They take out the money. So generally any profit you make on a sale of tax is taxable at either 0%, 15%, or 20% if you held the shares for more than a year, or at your ordinary tax rate if you held the shares for less than a year. Also, any dividends you receive from a stock are usually taxable. So dividends can always be taxed because that is a source of income and you get taxed on whatever you make, you know. So I'm going to talk about capital gain taxes. So if you're holding a share of a stock in a regular brokerage account, you may need to pay capital gain taxes when you sell or share the profit. There are two types of capital taxes: short-term and long-term. So short-term gain tax is a tax on profits from the sale of an asset held for a year or less. So remember, short term, you hold the asset for a year or less. So short-term capital gain taxes are the same as your usual tax bracket. So they're the same as what you usually get taxed on. So short-term capital gain tax rates are the same. And now that we know what short-term capital gain taxes are, let's get into long-term. So long-term capital gain taxes are a tax on profits from the sale of an asset held for longer than a year. So long-term capital gain rates are 0%, 15%, or 20%, depending on your taxable income or filing status. So it all just depends on what you're going to get taxed on. So long-term capital gain tax rates are usually lower than those on short-term capital gains. So that can mean paying lower taxes. You won't have to pay as much as you would if you were to get into short-term capital gain taxes. So short-term, you hold it for a year or less. Long-term, you hold it for more than a year. So let's talk taxes on dividends. Like I said, they're usually considered a taxable income. For tax purposes, there are actually two different types of dividends: qualified and non-qualified dividends. So it's separated into two different groups so that you won't get confused, but they also mean different things too. So non-qualified dividends are sometimes called ordinary dividends, so just the regular dividends that you receive. And the tax rate on non-qualified dividends is the same as your regular income tax bracket. Like how we were just talking about with the long-term capital gain taxes, it's basically like the same. So the tax rate on qualified dividends is 0%, 15%, or 20%. Are you seeing a pattern here? Everything ties into each other basically. We already know that, but as you hear more detail and I get into more detail about it, you hear reoccurring things. So that all just depends on your taxable income and your filing status, like I have previously mentioned. And this is usually lower than the rate for non-qualified dividends. So in both cases, people with higher tax brackets pay more taxes on dividends. I mean, it makes sense, right? You make more money, you pay more taxes because that's usually how things work here. You make more, you pay more. It's a never-ending cycle. Okay, so how and when you own a dividend paying investment can drastically change the bill on the dividends. So, however you own your investment and whenever you own it can have a a huge impact on your bill. So, there are actually many exceptions and unusual scenarios with special rules. If you guys want me to get more into those special rules, then let me know. But you might actually pay less taxes on your dividends by holding the shares long enough for the dividends to count as qualified. So, if you hold your dividends longer, then it could be counted as qualified. Qualified for what? Well, I will get into that, but let me finish this first. Always interrupting me, always asking me questions. Can I just get through one thing first, please? Please? It's not that hard to just let me talk. You will get your time to talk, but right now I'm talking. So let's pipe down. No, not let's. You pipe down. Thank you. So I can continue. It'd be really nice. Come on, be a basic, decent human being. Thank you. Anyways, just be sure that doing so actually aligns with your other investment objectives. So you have the dividends and your other investment, well, the dividends that you get from that investment, but just make sure everything aligns, everything goes together so you don't mess anything up. This is a really big thing to remember, to be and stay consistent with everything so that when you do have other investments and something goes wrong, you trace back what you did, but you do this all the time. So, like I said, if something goes wrong, you know that it was not your fault because you do everything how you usually do everything, you usually make all that money, but this time it's like, what? So you know it wasn't your fault. So remember to stay consistent with whatever investment. It's a really big thing. So whenever it is actually possible, hold the asset for a year or longer so that you could qualify for the long-term capital gain tax when you sell. So that tax rate is significantly lower than the short. So the long-term capital gain tax is actually lower than the short gain tax rates. So which one seems better to you? I'm not telling you. You guys have to figure it out for your own, because I know you are so smart and you know how to think for yourself. So please do it for me and for yourself. We only use 10% of our brain. At least you try to use some of it. I can't be here for all your answers. Oh wait. Then why am I here? If I can't be for all your answers, then why would I be here? Okay, I guess you could use me for all of your answers. I guess. But that's what I'm here for, so it's okay. Okay. So, like I was saying, that tax rate is significantly lower than the short-term capital gain rate for most assets. But again, remember and be sure that holding the investment for that long actually aligns with your investment goals. So if investing in that specific stock was not in your plan or anything, you just like did it all on a whim, please be careful. Please be careful. Remember what I said. Stay consistent. Don't, oh, well, I have said in a previous video that traders basically trade with their emotions. But I also said you have to remember to use your head, because sometimes your emotions can get the best of you and then they're gonna overtake what your brain is thinking. And it's not good. It's not good. So remember that. Stay consistent and stay on it. So that is my video for today, and I pray that I helped you guys learn something new, something that you could possibly use in the future or even use now. Who knows? But I hope I help you make some money, because like I've said it in like my first video, I think, I want us to all be in our bag, okay? Yes, yes, yes. So let's all be in our bag. I hope I helped you learn something new, make some money for me that is really yours, and it's gonna stay to you. But make me proud. Make me proud, please. But that is my video for today, and I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and